Hey YouTube, Pumobile here. Just going off a couple of cards you might not have seen coming out in the new set. Sorry to kind of get going on this a little late, but I've been very busy the last couple of weeks with Gen Con and Nationals and some personal stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to get videos up regularly once again. So I'm back, once again, Pumobile, and here are 5 cards you might have missed coming out of the new set. Because with all the excitement from stuff like Steel Swarm Roach and Pain Painter, a lot of times some of the good smaller cards get missed. The first one we're going to go over, the first 2 actually, are the level 5 Exceed monsters, being Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis, and Arduous, Keeper of Armageddon. First one is Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis. Rank 5 Exceed, no requirements. Light Fairy. Takes 2 level 5s. The effect is, this card's effect can only be applied or activated while it has XYZ material. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase, this card was attacked or was attacked. Target one card your opponent controls, destroy the target. During each of your end phases, detach 1 Exceed monster from this card. It has 2600 attack and 1700 defense. Now, the way this reads is as this card's effects can only be applied or activated, so it doesn't get the this card cannot be destroyed by card effects if it doesn't have material on it, which kind of stinks, but at the same time you get 2 turns with it, and it has 2600 attack and the ability to basically assuredly destroy 2 cards. I think this is a really strong card. It's not really that hard to get to when you consider some stuff like Cyber Dragon and the new Ghost Ship card in this card. Getting 2 level 5s really isn't that bad. And it pretty much assuredly destroys 2 cards on your opponent's field for your Exceed summon. It's really hard to stop. Pretty much the only thing to do right now would be to Caius it or run it over, which is pretty hard with 2600 attack. That's pretty high. Other than that, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do to get rid of it until it goes ahead and destroys at least 2 cards. The other thing is, when your opponent declares it as an attack target, if you stop it like Mirror Force or something, you get the effect again. So it really makes any counter plays by your opponent really risky. So, I mean, the optimal play for this would be Exceed to it, can't be destroyed by card effects, so your opponent can't bottomless it or do anything like that, or torrential it to get rid of it. Then you attack. Destroy a monster or do damage, and then destroy a card on the field with its effect. End phase, remove an Exceed or an overlay unit. I think that's what they're calling them. I still haven't gotten all the terminology down for these Exceed cards. Then on their turn, if they try to respond and you can counter it somehow with some sort of trap, maybe a Mirror Force or anything of that sort, you get to destroy something else, and they would be stuck. And then it'd be your turn again, you get to attack once again, destroy something else, and then remove the last overlay unit. And even then, the monster doesn't disappear or anything, it just becomes a 2600 vanilla beater, which isn't really anything to smirk at. The next one is Arduous, Keeper of Armageddon. It's the other level 5 Exceed monster, it takes 2 Exceeds. It's a Dark Fiend, 2600 attack, 1700 defense, so same stats. And its effect is, once per turn, you can detach an XYZ material from this card to target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Basically, when you choose which one of these guys you're going to go into, you're going to pick whether, if you have to get rid of something they have right now that's face-up, Arduous is going to be better, just because he can immediately kill something without any questions asked. However, if your opponent has some back rows, or if maybe their monster is set or something like that, you're pretty much always going to go for Arduous, the first one, the light guy. Honestly, he's just a little bit better unless you really need to kill something now. Otherwise, he's pretty much going to be better most of the time. The next is Vision Hero Adoration. A lot of people have gotten notice, obviously, from the new E-Heroes that are coming out, and also coming out soon. Also Parallel World Fusion and a bunch of stuff. However, the deck has one big weakness that not many people have seen yet. It's this card, Vision Hero Adoration, and another card in the set called Vision Hero Trinity. Basically, they are fusion monsters For example, this one's 2800 level 8, that only take hero monsters. So this one takes 2 hero monsters as its requirement. Vision Hero Trinity takes 3. Honestly, the effect on this is purely for hero monsters. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls and one hero monster you control, except this card. The opponent's targeted monster loses attack and defense equal to the attack of the targeted monster until the end phase. So yeah, that's pretty good. However, the important thing is, it means if you're playing a straight hero deck and your opponent has super polymerizations in their extra deck, at any time when you have 2 hero monsters on the field, you can get super polyed and lose both of your monsters and not be able to chain because of super poly. So honestly, find super polys now, because they're going to be worth quite a bit, and if you're not playing heroes and playing them, you're going to have 3 in your side, because super poly absolutely annihilates hero decks now. Because I mean, even if say they have a Shining and a Absolute Zero on their field, super poly, both of them are gone. And if you didn't have any monsters on field, they completely wasted Zero's effect. It gets ridiculous, and you can't even warning the monsters are coming out because super poly can't be chained to. So yeah, this card's going to be big. Try and grab one of these or a Trinity, depending on what you like. I like this one better because while Trinity does get rid of 3 heroes, this one is much easier to use, because a lot of players aren't going to be smart enough not to put all their heroes on the field once this starts happening to them. The next card is a card I think will fly under the radar quite a bit. It's called Curse of the Circle. It's a normal trap. I think it's a rare in the set. Target one monster your opponent controls. It cannot be tributed or used as a synchro material monster. As it reads now, and obviously there aren't rulings because the set's not technically out yet, this effect will continue so long as the monster is on the field. It doesn't work once they go to the grave. So, like, an ideal popular target would be if they bring back their glow-up bulb, Curse of the Circle. Can't sync with it anymore. It's a useless level 1 card. It might as well not be a tuner. Or if you know your opponent is playing Monarchs, you Curse of the Circle on their Treeborn Frog. When they bring it back, they can't tribute it that turn. That's a little weaker play, but this card is going to be really good against plants. Because plants usually they'll get 1 tuner on the field and then they'll sync with a bunch of non-tuners to make their big cards. Curse of the Circle, hit their tuner and they're stuck. This is a really good card. I think a lot of people haven't really noticed yet. So the last card is a card called United Front. And this is a card I really think will do really well in anti-meta decks. This card is just nuts. It's a counter trap. The effect is, while you control 2 or more face-up monsters with the same level, negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. So yeah, gadgets. 2 gadgets on the field. They have their own. It negates traps without paying 1,000. I can't. 7 tools. There we go. They have their own 7 tools. The Bandit without having to pay. Any of the. I don't know. I just think this card is really good. Some people are going to fight me and say 7 tools is better, but you got to think of what decks this is going to be used in. I think it's a really strong card. It stops warning. But, yeah, those are just a couple of the lesser-known cards in the set. I mean, I could have gone over Steel Storm Roach and stuff, but I'm sure you all already know what that does. I hope to get some more videos up soon. Thanks for watching, and this is Pumobile signing off.